lady and gents, why do people want mushroom to come to parties?
They're fun guys.
Because it's a fun guy.
He-
It's right there. Fun guy.
Oh God.
He's a fun guy.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey there.
Hi everyone, this is On a Friday podcast. Karibu tena. Hey there. And I'm Pascal.
I'm Ron.
Yeah, tuned in to On a Friday podcast, your favorite podcast show yenye tunakupenda, unatupenda. Unajua unaongeanga sisi on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok.
Karibu niseme, unlike your relationship.
Oh wow.
And like the people you're with, we love you. We always
love
here
you
for
back.
you
Yeah.
every single week. Every single other week.
Yes, we are here. We are here for you.
Si tuko hapa unaweza piga story. So whether you're doing wine, whether you're doing dishes, koko kwa mat, sasa watu wanasikizanga wapi pengine from the people you
Mahali
know.
tu wako, man.
Yeah.
Unless
Wapi?
ni kwa club, which
when
is
they're
concerning.
running.
Eh,
People who do
but the
morning
people, yeah,
runs.
people listen when they're running. Yeah, ni fiti. Yes, thanks for listening. And today we have a guest, an amazing guest. Hi.
Hi.
Sasa unaitwa
Naitwa Chebaibai.
Chebaibai.
Nafilika unanikatia but
Umenotice venye the voice imechange.
Yeah.
mtu azisema tu hai vizuri.
Hi.
Mwanaume akisema hai naona.
No, kuna vile umeniambia sasa. Ooh.
Naitwa Chebaibai.
My name is Chebaibai.
Yes.
People
Kuna jina
have,
kaa hiyo yenye naona watu wanakukatia tu hivyo.
yeah. Actually, people have different variations for my name. So it just depends on how creative you get. Kuna watu
Chebaibai,
wanatenda Chebs,
Chebaba.
Chebi. People have weird
Chebaba.
variations. So it always depends. My name is Chebaibai.
What's your official short form ya jina yako? Ile yenye unapenda.
My favorite so far has been Chebi.
Chebi.
There's someone who called me Chebabes the other day. I was just like, okay, let's run with it.
Chebaby.
Let's Chebaby also.
Sindo.
Yeah.
Ndani ya Chebaibai.
My name is Chebaibai. I'm
Yes.
the host of the Abundant Self podcast.
The Abundant Self. And you're an amazing podcaster. I've listened to your
Wow,
stuff.
thank you.
Ziko fiti.
Asanteni.
Yeah.
For our audience, what is your podcast about?
The podcast is just generally about what does it mean to live a full life. Because I think today we're always looking at, I'm living my life to the fullest, but what does that really mean? Yeah, so that's all we talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. And that's what we're going to talk about today, Pia.
Mm.
An aspect of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, do you people have... It's interesting that I'm asking this question and you're my friend, but do you have adult friends?
Do
you have people you actually consider friends, not
Yeah.
acquaintances?
Yeah.
Yes,
I do. I do
How-
like, I think they're like 3. Okay, those
real?
are my friends. I don't know, but then again, it just goes to who is a friend?
That's what I was just about
Because
to ask.
like sometimes you just meet up with someone and then there's a time I remember I told someone, see, we are friends. And they're like, no? When? Tulisema wapi
Ilikuwa
that
dem.
friend? No, it was a dude. Let me
Guys.
tell you, it was the most hurtful
What?
thing that has ever happened to me. But right now, we're like really good friends. And I always take him back to that day. You remember
If some we're
Lisa?
not friends.
If you're man, I just don't want to think about it. But like, yeah, I think just 3 people. Just
How
3
do
solid
you
guys.
categorize friends? Like for you to consider someone your friend, is there like a checklist? Lazima wako wamefanya
No,
hivi,
not really.
wako wamekuwa
I
in your
think
life?
generally when I look at them, the common characteristics of Konazo is that we've either been together for a long time. I think my longest friend, we've been friends for 9 years. And like Unimse, anajua all the versions of Chebaibai.
Yeah.
Because there's the version I'm showing you guys. Yeye anaweza kutoa pasem. Sasa hiyo ilikuwa nini? Tunajua hizo ni ubongo. Hiyo ni ubongo.
That's not you.
That's not you.
Godomo.
You know,
Yeah.
even sometimes as amwongelesha niambia, stop giving me your podcaster voice. Just talk to me as
Yeah.
Chebaibai.
Yeah.
So like this person knows every version of you.
Yeah.
So when I look at those 3 guys, I feel like they just know the real Chebaibai.
Yeah.
Na wameamua tu kunipenda tu vile niko.
Are they all dudes?
I
No.
was to ask that.
Just 2 are dudes and 1 is a babe. Yeah.
Okay. Na watu wanakuja 9 years amaanisha mmejuana
No, so
from
the first one, his name is Morgan. We've been friends for 9 years.
Shout out to Morgan.
Shout out to Morgan. And then there's Beth. I'll just mention their names because they love being mentioned. Beth, I think we've been friends for about 2 years, but that's been the most. Man, I love that girl. And then there's another one called Ian. I like to call him Bwana Director because he loves TV production. Yeah, so those three.
Yani for how long?
Ian, I think also it's about 2 years because around the same time I became friends with Beth was the same time I became friends with
So
Ian.
this two, at least with Morgan, it's tangu ya kitambo. Sounds
Morgan
like
mazin ameniona nikiwa bila pesa. Saizi siwezi sema niko na pesa lakini pia
You're
my
better.
God.
Much
Yes.
mmegrow nyote mlianza
Man,
kwa uchafu mkiwa
if I
broke,
we-
wakikula
we-
tu food ya how much chwani 30 mo pekee na
Tumekula-
unapelekana out tu vizuri
we-
kulakia leo treat ni mimi.
this person has seen all the versions of people I have dated and I'm just like, wow, unaendelea tu
Najua
kuimprove.
Umetoka mbali.
Yeah.
Hadi tunarudi kwa huyu tena.
Yeah. Are you sure, Chebaibai?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the
But so the other two, is it Ian? Ian
Ian,
and
Beth.
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 Those are friends who you made as adult.
Yeah.
Like mmekuwa kubwa, mnajijua.
Yeah.
Your frontal lobe imedevelop. Ndo mkaka
It was a
mkongwe.
conscious
God.
decision.
Yes. Let's
Yes.
do this.
Yeah.
How did you guys come to that? Was it mkona mutual interests?
So like
Was it
for Beth,
forced?
for
Mko the same
example,
situation, your works, kutoka hiyo?
I think for Beth, mostly we never I didn't like her. I don't know. I think it's a babe thing where sometimes you just meet someone.
It happens.
I was too.
Yes.
Let me just interject, Apo. Let me just ask.
Yeah.
What is it about ladies? Kukwa like.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't
Why?
know.
Evil too.
I can
Like.
honestly, Ron, hata
And then
ukiniuliza
hata si ati
siwezi
mademu wadogo,
eleza.
even mademu wakubwa.
I don't know how to explain it. I
Yeah.
just don't know. Like I just met her, I was just like, no, nah.
Yes.
This is not my type of person.
Why?
I don't know. But let me tell you right now,
Yeah.
like I could go for a whole week without talking to Beth and she'd just call me and be like, okay, so umeamuaje?
Yeah.
What have you decided? Umesema, you'll just go on living life without me. Like this is someone I literally do life with.
Na first impression yake.
I don't know.
Ilikuwa nini for you?
I don't know.
Ashaikwambia.
I need to ask that question.
Yeah. Beth
I need
jibu
to
hiyo
ask.
swali.
Yeah, I need to ask her that question.
But pia alikuangalia akakuona tu mara ya kwanza
This girl is too loud.
Yeah.
No, but she's louder than me. But I don't know. I think for Beth, it happened so weirdly because we were working on something together. So we'd find ourselves spending, nika relationship, like, I mean, how people meet.
Yeah.
Napata you're spending more time with this person, eventually you decide, let's give this a try.
Yeah.
So with Beth ilikuwa hivyo, we were working on something together and then eventually meeting up almost all the time. You realize, this person somehow aligns to some of the things I love and I value.
Yeah.
And then actually it's just juicy when I was talking to her on the phone, I was just like, you're my best friend. I mean, these are things I need to tell you. She's like, hold up. So did we finally put a name to what is going on here? Did we finally put a title to
Unasonga sana. Umekuja sana.
And I've never had a best friend. I've never been those babes that who has best friends. But I was just like,
I took your primary.
I've never.
Best friend forever.
No. I've never been that person. I've never, but with this one, I was just like, yeah, actually, yeah, you are my best friend.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, this is happening.
Why not Ian? Why Beth and not Ian?
Because I've spent more time with Beth. Okay, we even have a group called Monthly Dates where every month we just plan to go on a date. Just go somewhere, eat.
All four of you?
All three of us. No. With Morgan okay, they know Morgan, but we don't spend time. Morgan, I spend time with him separately. But the three of them, we mostly find ourselves spending time together.
Yeah.
So we are either, because there's a time we were having a podcast and Ian was our producer. So we'd spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
But now, like, I don't know. Ian, unajua, I don't know kama mko na hii kitu ya vile mi niko, if I'm friends with Pascal, it's different from my friendship with Ron. So even with Beth and Ian imekwanga hivyo, yes, we are friends, but like how I relate with Ian is
It's
very
always-
different.
it's always
Even if we
different.
hang out together, how we relate is different. So with Beth has had like a very huge impact on my life, which I think is something I've come to value as an adult.
Yeah.
Because you just don't walk up to someone mukoma bishte. This person could be your future business partner.
Yeah.
This person could be your life partner. This person could be the person mentioning you in rooms full of opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. It just came out naturally, which I think is the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least mlipata your value where
Yeah.
both of you are coming out okay.
Now, Ume mentioned those monthly dates. What else do you do to maintain your...
So nakumbuka there's a time I was so busy at work.
Hapo kuna
Mazejo.
story.
Hey. Yani ata like even though we hadn't even had monthly dates for a long time, a very, very long time. But nakumbuka ilifika 2 point, Beth was like, yo, sis, we need to catch up. What do we need to do? We need to make time.
Yeah.
So we decided to do breakfast dates. So at the time, she was also working next to where I'm working. So we decided to end up with Steve Java. Let's sit down, let's talk. What has been going on? Nini nendelea in your life? What is happening? Like just catching up. So we'd find ourselves doing breakfast dates or inabidi tumeamka mapema. Like that is how intentional tumekuwa. Naamka 6, juu najua Chebs atafika job 7. So I had to get to work at 7. Go lock myself in someone's office, have a conversation with Beth for an hour. So that 8, I'm like, okay, babe, 8 imefika, I need to get to work.
Pascal
Cool
ushaikuwa hivyo intentional. Swali tu.
I think so.
No pressure. No
Maybe.
pressure.
Think I have.
You have?
Hata in your relationship, such a friendship. Have you ever been that intentional? Ufike ofisi an hour earlier
Yeah.
for you to have a call with someone.
Yeah.
I know I haven't. Let me
And
just
this
be
person
honest.
is not your boyfriend?
Me have been the
Hey.
type
This
to
is your
kubaki
friend.
later.
Ati-
Me yangu earlier hapana, but me yangu ubaki later.
Yeah.
Like after work and everything, I'd stay later to have a call or to catch up.
Hiyo ni
Yeah.
kubit jam.
Hiyo ni
But-
hutaki
hiyo ni
kupanga
kubit
laini
jam.
kwa maths
Hataki-
ama kuka
Hiyo
nini.
ni
So
intentional
Hataki kupata
yangu.
jam.
I'm not a morning person. But an evening we can go all the way.
Beth usually has to wake up early juu ya job.
As well as
Just Mimi, okay, I like to say I'm a morning person, but not really. But because I just knew this is something we both value and we want to ensure we're always staying in touch, then let me just get to work at 7.
do
Nikae
it.
hapo, nimwongeleshe. And it's just not just ati for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even part of adult friendships is that unajua, as we grow older, you have to allow certain people to speak into your life or your situation.
Yeah.
Like mimi najua Beth nimempatia ruhusa ya, she can ask me certain questions.
Yeah.
Someone else cannot ask me those questions.
yeah,
Say, for example, I was planning to break up with someone. Beth can ask me, Cheki, ulisema ni leo, why haven't you broken up with this person?
Yeah.
Nobody else can come ask me that question. So I've allowed for that to happen. Like,
So you have allowed her to keep you accountable.
yeah, exactly. Actually, accountable is the word.
Yeah.
Because you realize, Maze, as you're growing older, you need someone to. Sometimes you just find yourself doing stuff.
Yes.
And if you don't have like
Hey,
someone who
Pascal,
is
that
holding
it.
you down,
It's
What stuff have you been
crazy.
doing, Pascal?
me nafikiria in the same you need someone to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
One of the whole point here adult friendship is not just we have the same interest, but it's someone who can help you through stuff.
Yeah.
As an anchor,
Yeah.
to remind you sometimes when you get too much in your head or you forget stuff. Ni mtu mwenye ako hapo kukukumbusha those kind of things. So it's someone you choose and you choose to stick with. Ukijua this some of the situations you're getting into.
Yeah.
You'll help me, you'll remind me of this, you'll hold me accountable, you'll ask me all the questions. And maybe ukijiuliza unajipatia excuse.
Yeah.
Ama unaogopa kujiuliza.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever found yourself in a position where you took that accountability negatively? Like
I
that
mean,
close
yeah.
friend ali try to keep accountable ukona you're getting
Ako
too
na
much in the
kiere,
business. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yes. Kwanza mimi, I don't know. Mimi, I think... There's a time...
Nimekuja sana.
There's a time, I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But This babe, my God. And actually, I think I need to mention that Beth is a few years older than me. So I think that has just been very refreshing.
Yeah.
So I don't know what was going on, but naamka nilikuwa tu on phone with her. Alinikelelesha. Oh my God. I felt like a child. Niko tu hapo, but at the end of it all, I got so mad at her. And usually there's something I do. I think my friends know. Every time na feel nika you're getting too unakuwa umeanza kwa personal.
Yeah.
I just change the subject automatically. I'm just like, yeah, anyway, so jana nilienda blah, blah, blah. So she's like, Chebaibai, I know what you're doing. I'm just like, Beth, please, I don't want to talk about this right now. Like, I know I told you to hold me accountable, but for today, please, let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not do this
and
anymore.
then atakuwa unrelentless.
No, atakuwa tu like, okay, sawa, when you're ready to talk about this, I think it's also important kukuwa na that sort of balance. Because sometimes, yes, someone can hold you accountable, but pia kuna time they can be empathetic enough kujo, okay, maybe let me go easy on her for today.
I've been that person. I've been the person who...
On the other side.
Who was unrelentless. I mean, uliniambia I hold you accountable.
Yeah.
So I'm holding you accountable.
Yeah.
Hadi akaniambia cheki, by the way, fuck you, ebu just tulia. I mean, yes, kenye unafanya sawa, lakini tulia.
Sure. Yeah.
And then Miss Jake tulia.
Is it someone you consider a friend?
Yes.
So how many friends do you have?
I hope Ron
say
ako
you have?
hapo. Jikaa nataka
Ron,
kusikia.
I have
nataka
bros.
kusikia. Akisema 0. Hii podcast imeisha leo. It has been a good run.
We've had 2 seasons.
Please, I hope Ron is there.
Me, I have bros, Ron and Mwatu.
Yeah.
I want to consider I can call for anything.
Yeah.
Like, haijalishi what it is. At least najua nye naweza waambia kitu yote. And then I have friends, people I can rely on, bose tuna hang out, tuna bonga, and then acquaintances sasa from there.
Yeah.
So me, at least, may know my structure and evil. And even with friends, it comes down to what level of friendship, how reliable are we on each other. For instance, looking about money, naweza borrow do kwako, naweza borrow do kiasi gani.
That's very important.
Or how much money, if you ask me for money. Rona kinisha do sahi, like, it's not a question ya how much. Unadai do, shika. Like, when
Ron,
to
can you
what
confirm
I am
this?
keen
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
Niambie what I'm keen in, tunaenda kutafuta do hata kasina. But kuna mtu mwenye ataniomba do, I'm like, okay, atuko hiyo level. So uniatika how much?
Yeah,
3K.
let's start with 200.
Yeah, so 3K. But like, yo, hata tujaiombana.
Let's start
Yeah.
with money I can forgo.
Yes, money I'll be okay if I don't get back. Because kuna hiyo situation. So do inakuonyeshanga like what you're willing to give. But unapatanga we are careless with time, how much time we're willing to spend with different levels of friend. Ndo maana hatuna time ya kuspend with the closer friends.
Yeah.
Compared to money, nayo tuko more careful how much money we're willing to let go on one side.
Yeah.
So it's bad that ziko on the opposite sides, especially kwangu najua for sure. But ni kitu adult friendship yananifundisha. So at least mi niko na hiyo balance. Kujua what I'm spending on what friends.
Yeah. Friendships are expensive, but anyway. Ron.
It's interesting. Let me start on that money point. I think that in my life, I think there are only 2 people I can comfortably give money to. Like ile nye atanipigia at any time. Aniambie, it's people I can break bank for. Naweza ingia into my savings, nimpatie do, na sitauliza inarudi lini. Nakwa like, you know what? With the kind of relationship we have, najua ile siku utakuwa nayo utanitumia. So it really doesn't matter when exactly you'll have it. I just know wherever it is,
inarudi.
Safe. Yeah.
But when
na moja ni dem.
Wow.
It will surprise people. Moja ni
It has
dem.
surprised me. It has surprised me because most times, like even me, like I don't know. I feel like dudes, when you're friends with a babe and then umpe pesa, sometimes you're just like, si lazima unirudishie. Or rather, me, I've been on that other end where someone is giving me money, they're like, no, it's fine. You just take your time. They'll never ask for it.
Anasemanga tu hivyo juu ni dem.
Oh, really?
Yeah. inakwanga very, I understand why men don't have that kind of relationship with their female friends ya kupatiana pesa, because by the time unaanza kufuatilia beshte yako dem akurudishie pesa, it just doesn't look good. So unampatianga tu your space, uko tu like, you know what, we jipange.
But unaweza feel kwa dem akikurudishia do.
Ati?
If like maybe let's say I borrowed money from you and then I said I'll return it and then I do return it, you'll still feel good, right?
Yes, I will. So actually that's how we started with that wodem. Tulianza naye kampo. So again, kampo sikuwa na domob. So ilikuwa tu small monies. Uko na sotano nisaidie, uko na sombili nisaidie hivyo. Then every time akiniambia by Friday nakurudishia nanirudishia. Or ikichelewa hangoji nimuulize. Aniambia I know I promised ndakurudishia leo, but something came up. Just give me until Tuesday. I'll sort you.
Man, that is so like
kuna dem najua kwa hivyo. And it's
so
nice. It's always nice when especially kwa dem it's surprising. Okay, iliacha kuwa surprising juu you know they will.
Yeah.
Like it's expected thing, like watarudisha, watanza, oh I'm a girl, oh si umenilipia.
Wow.
Watarudisha.
I'm so sorry for
when it comes to money, you know kinda how I decide.
Yeah.
If you borrow do for the first time from me, sawa, cool, nakupea. Whether it comes back or not is how I'll use that to know where to place you in order of priority.
Thank you.
You borrow no rudishe.
Yes.
Cool, we are tuko poa.
Unaongeza credit score.
Tunaweza panda.
Credit score yako
You borrow,
inaongezeka.
but ukumbuke the amount that I'm lending out is something I'm okay losing if isiporudi. So borrow no usiporudisha. Cool, pia I was ready for that.
Yeah.
But I swear we're never doing that again.
But then, you know, I've seen very many friendships breaking because of dough. Because of money.
Yes.
Like unapata tu you were good up until the point you decided to put money in it.
Yeah.
But kuna time, because you need to put money, especially now the kind of friends that you describe. Huyu ni mtu utapigia umwambie cheki.
I need
manze,
help. Yeah.
Because we live in a capitalistic world. You can't move forward if una do. So you will need to borrow from friends. If ni friends wenye mtakosana juu ya do, then that's not the kind of friends you need that close. Juu ni mtu wenye lazima uambie, I need do. Sawa kuninye nakuja, you maybe itakam later, but I do need do. Money is a big part of adult friendship. Not just in lending out, but in how you spend your money.
Yeah.
Unaenda out kila weekend, unafanya tu vitu impromptu. Like, we're not on the same interest level on how we are spending money. So yes, ni pesa yako, but if you keep borrowing from me when they're out Friday to Sunday,
it becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem when you involve. If we can't grow financially as friends, where we put our money to grow, then are we really...
And it's because you consider what I'm doing financially responsible.
Yes.
See at it too, maybe things I haven't had my breakthrough yet. You consider what I'm doing financially responsible.
It's not about breakthrough. We all have different timing in that. But at where your mindset is shows where you spend your time and money.
Yeah.
I like that because imenikumbusha. I have a group of friends who like we decided ilifika tu point tuka like maze guys, we are getting old. And itafika point when our parents, as we are getting older, our parents are also getting older.
Yeah.
And with that comes diseases. With that comes, unfortunately, death.
Yeah.
Or rather, if anything happens to
that's
us,
true.
Anything happens to us, who is left to take care of our parents?
Yeah.
Like inafika point where like you, like Pascal and Ron, for example, if anything happens to you, God forbid, and maybe your family needs support, Ron can be able to step in and support where he can. So we decided kuanzisha sako ya mabeshte.
Matanga yake mimi ndo ndo organize.
Exactly.
Jino tu mimi ndo kufa kwanza.
Sijui hata kadi sebe God forbid, because nikisema God forbid namaanisha I want to die first before you.
Don't. So we decided to come up now like just a place where we'd be putting money every month. So that in the like we just take care of each other, and it's not taking care of each other right now, but taking care of each other in the future.
Yes.
whether it's our parents, whether it's our children, because
whether
these
you
are
and when you
people.
go sick, you get
Exactly.
into an accident, God forbid.
And that is
Yeah.
like, imefika tu point, I really appreciate that about adult friendships.
Yes.
Maze. Places mko like we are getting old. Unajua
Yeah.
ukifika hapo mnakaa chini nasema we are getting old and we need to secure the future of either us, our families.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole
Yes.
new level
Yes.
of friendship.
Yes. Yeah.
Tukiwa tu ilikuwa aisi huku nisha nini mkate yako kusha mkate yako break time
Ulikuja na sweet ukaumia Pascal na huku niumia.
Ama ile I don't know if you guys had this in primary when it's your birthday ati best friend yako ndo atakuja kukusaidia kukata keki. All along umejua
ni
all along umejua Pascal is my friend. Amena kaita ron kukata keki na yeye just like oh my god.
Kama ukiangalia kikata keki. Ati gawio ndo rafiki yako unamuita sulikata ukata keki na mimi.
Yani mi si rafiki yako.
It's funny hearing that because I was talking to my sister the other day. Nasikia the kind of problems they're having with her best friend. Like, yeah, this just sounds like childhood problems. And I understand at your level, this is very important. Like, nilikuja class yako nikakuwavia, you didn't wave back.
Yes.
Why didn't? Then another girl came, then she said hi and you said hi back. Why did you ignore me? It becomes a problem.
I remember nikiwa primary, I had a clique of girls. Actually, it was so bad. I can't even believe I'm saying this. But like, unananga kama like these cartels were like, there's the Lord, like there's the Mkubwa, like now the Pablo Escobar. Like, I had like a clique of friends. And now, at sasa ilikuwa, oh God. Ilikuwa, for example, if I like Pascal, I sit down with my girls, I'm like, you guys, I like Pascal. So what we're going to do, go tell him I like him. And I want him. And I was in primary. I was in primary school. And like when I look back, I'm just like, yani, mademu waliamua tu kunifuata. Like they just how did they decide to be my friends?
Unajua imenikumbusha nini? Watch Boondocks. There's this episode that iko in a prison setting. It was actually based on a true story. Then there's this guy who, how do I put this sensitively? Does what he's not supposed to do to other men
in prison.
So
I had a joke
and he said it in an interview, like in real life, but it was copied kwa animation. Liv Kamali akasema akiona a new prisoner amekuja, naambia I like you and I want you.
Oh God.
We can do this the easy way.
I think I've seen some memes.
The choice is yours.
Man, but it's crazy.
Even though ulikuwa una order wanaume unaambia fetch.
That one. Oh God. And every time I just look back, I'm just like, I think it just speaks to even the influence you can have. Like with your friends. Unapata. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where there's a clique of friends, but kuna ule msee mwenye generally tunasema, wase to hang out tupatane hivi. Like this is the person who is like providing, I don't want to say leadership, but an influence the group towards a certain direction. Then others are like, no, me, I don't think like I want to do this. But my God, like every time I go back to that situation, I just cringe. I'm just like, no, why would I do that? So
how do you what's the difference between how both of you choose friends now in your adulthood compared to how you chose friends when you were younger? And I'll give a very silly example. I was speaking to one of my sister's friends because, for example, tukienda church, she has her friends in Nini, so they talk a lot. So I had one of them say, so-and-so was her best friend, but another girl wasn't. So nikamuuliza, why? Then I couldn't believe what I had.
What did she
but
say?
akaniambia, because she's not pretty.
Like, yes, I relate to that 100%.
What?
Yes.
As a kid,
yes. Yes. Like, I don't
you can't consider someone as a child. Like, you can't consider someone a best friend because they're not attractive. You don't think they're attractive.
There was attractive. There was like, what car is your parent? What car are your parents driving? Mnaishi wapi? Like, what school bag do you
How
have?
old?
When you're kids, you guys didn't have that.
My lord. I wonder.
You didn't have that. Like, kulikuwanga na ile image ya this clique of friends.
Okay.
They have,
Sawa.
I mean, all these friends
like
are pretty.
social class, they look nice.
Like, I don't
They're
know.
being driven.
And it would just happen naturally. You're just
Yeah.
like, I want to be associated with this person
Yeah.
because budake anakuanga sijui na ama for lunch for break anakuwa amepakiwa sijui nini.
Kunao.
So you eventually unataka uwe akwe beshte yako.
Na we lazima uko in the same social class
Yes,
pia juu
yes.
go hapo
Kuaccept.
unapakiwa mkate na amepakiwa sandwich.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Kwanza kulikuwa alikuwa anapakiwa na ham. I remember when I was in primary, I was just like, what is this pink thing? And iko kwa mkate. I was but yeah, I relate to that.
What?
Was it only a girl thing no matter boys?
I feel like it's a babe thing. I've not seen dudes do that.
Hata mimi sijasikia boys
No
waki.
wonder tuko shocked about it.
I'm
very atuangaliangi social nini.
And I was so shocked.
But kunenye uangalia because I do know a clique of friends guys wenye wako in the same social class. But for them it makes
like
sense
high school stuff.
They need to travel together. Hata older.
Yeah.
But they need to travel together. They need to go to a route together.
Yeah.
So they need to spend the same amount
there are
of
ways
money.
it's positive and there are ways it kind of
Yeah.
not really
But
nice.
nilikuwa shocked kwanza, one, that you're considering that, alafu two, that all these other girls around you are not shocked. Like, I'm the only one who's surprised that you chose.
Sawa.
Yeah, because you get it.
Like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, you
like,
get it. Yeah.
Does it?
So how do you choose yours, Ron?
Sai, I have to admit, it's, for me, at least, it's way harder for me to choose friends right now than it was before. And in one of our episodes, Tuliongea, I mentioned how I believe kama relationships, when you are much younger, they were more pure. Like, kulikuwa tu na some purity that were in those relationships that were just, haikuwa complicated, haikuwa, what are you driving? How much money do you have? Ilikuwa, I like you, I find you attractive, I like spending time with you, so let's just spend a lot of time together.
You're reasoning, Kali. Go on.
So, but sai, kuna a lot of things that play a role.
Yeah.
And when I was much younger, I used to ask myself, like, when I looked at actors or musicians, they date musicians, they marry fellow actors. Nikakuja kurealize a huge part of it is just, you are just in the same
proximity.
Proximity too.
Yes.
So you are always surrounded with musicians, you're always surrounded with the people in your... So I started asking myself, now, does that mean that the other people who don't share the same profession now, you're not compatible with them just because you're not on the same nini? So by that virtue, I find it more difficult because even if I get quote unquote more comfortable with someone, I always ask myself, nikitoa hii aspect ya job, like the fact that tuko in the same career,
what else do you mean?
Yeah, like what do we have? Is it what do we have? Are we building each other, or is it just because of the nyumesema proximity that we find ourselves in the same career or around the same place that tumegrow kukua close friends? And yeah, so by that virtue, I find it very difficult to make friends. I think that's why for me, I try as much as possible, unless you just mess up, I try as much as possible to maintain the friends I've had from a few years back. Of course, most of them, they fell off because for one reason or another. Maybe sometimes, at some point, there's a clique I used to work with a few years back. Then one day just woke up nikakwa like, by the way, we have nothing in common with these people. Like, hatujengani na these people. I assessed the time we spend together. Nikona, there's nothing productive we do. Yeah, there's nothing productive we ever do with these people. So I just
fun,
stopped.
Apart from productivity, for the entertainment and the love of hanging out and company.
For me personally, I usually say, if you, every time you call me, ni sherehe. Imagine we don't have anything in common.
Yeah.
There needs to be something more.
Yeah.
At least for me to consider you a friend. You can be a very good acquaintance. Tunaweza kuwa venye umesema. We like each other's company, tuna go out, we have nice time, but najua when things boil down to the most important, I can't rely on you. Because where section yako ni sherehe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where category yako ni sherehe.
Yeah.
But when things get hard, I know exactly who to go to.
But you don't think, okay, personally, I agree with you 101%.
However,
I have found myself in situations where I have both friends. Like, I have a friend who, I won't mention his name. I have a friend who, like, I'll just go out there and do crazy stuff. I won't call Beth. I'll call him.
Yeah.
So I remember there's a time, I don't know what had happened. I think I had just met this person kwa mat and I just decided to make a silly decision. Nanamka, by the time I was going home, I was just like, yeah, I should not have done this.
Yeah.
So I just texted him. I was like, hi, I need to call you. There's something I need to tell you without having to feel judged.
Yeah.
So this person is the person I called to when I've just been a bad girl and I need someone to listen to me and not really provide any judgment. Just be like, okay, so what was going through your mind as you were doing? And ulijibamba, did you have fun? Like, and I've allowed for that.
Yeah.
I think as an adult, I think we've been talking about it before. We were saying, like, I've allowed for myself to have people whom I don't expect much from, whom I have just allowed a certain level. Like, for this person, he can call me when he's having a bad day. And I won't even be if he wants me to hold him accountable, fine. If he doesn't, it's fine. Let me just be the person who listens to you without offering any wisdom or advice or whatever. And then let me have this other person who I'm just like, I need to be in check. I need to be kept in check.
Yeah.
So I've allowed for that to happen. Because sometimes I feel, I don't know, there's just like a nice balance to it.
Okay. For me, it's a bit different. When I was younger, I used to choose friends based on the environment I'm in. Friends from school, friends from church, friends from my former school, friends from home. Like, separate, John Dom na hang out. Getting a bit older into high school, most of our time ilikuwa in high school than home. So ilikuwa mostly your high school friends and then maybe your friends are home. So the older I grew, the more life ikendeki kuwa like an upside down cone. So inaendeki kuwa smaller and smaller. So circles get to know each other. Circles get to merge. Campus ikakuwa the same. My friends from campus were everything. Aundo tutaenda now out. Aundo tutasoma. Wataenda daro. Hata wanajua mali naishi. So they become friends for everything. Yeah, so that went on. But as I got older, I got friends who not exactly were separated by the situation and the environment, but by interest. Kuna friends who like to travel. Kuna friends who like to go out and clubbing. Kuna friends who like to go on hikes. So I got to accept that it's okay for them to just be separate and not to build up expectations on them because we are friends and we always go on hikes. Lazima tuende out drinking one time. Ama we are friends from work, si hang out, si ubonga, mbona tujaienda trip pamoja. Like if that's not their thing, it's okay. It's my thing. I'm gonna do it anyway. So when I get other people who also want to do it, I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Then we become close, we become friends. So we're friends because they like hiking and I like hiking. But my other friends from work and school and stuff don't like doing it. Imanishi mindaacha. So I just got to accept that's how people are.
Actually,
so
most adult
less
friendships
pressure.
are like that. And then now you have your close knit of maybe 2, 3.
Nutapatata for them, you don't do everything with them.
Together, exactly. And
they
that's
want
good.
to go clubbing. They won't want to go on a particular road trip that's coming up. And that's okay. And another ones who want to go.
I see where you're coming from. And what that tells me is, I think now how I define friends and how both of you define friends might be different. Because this is what I may describe, I would consider them acquaintances.
Yo, no, for real?
Yeah, I would consider them.
Even Beth?
I think that's he's a
sai. Yeah, for the rest, the people I actually consider friends, ni wenye I usually think nikifika at this position, who can I actually turn to?
Yeah.
Those are my friends. Nyo ingine, take offensively, but your acquaintances. As we wrap up, I wanted to ask, which friendships do you think last longer? Adult friendships ama zenye zilianza kitambo?
Za kitambo ziko pure. Na ile anakujua tangu mkiwa watoto, mkiwa na utoto bado you knew, they can still get the childish out of you, like they have history, kuna shared trauma. So mlichapwa nyote mkiwa wadogo, kuchika hiyo.
I think I'd say both. It just depends on at what stage did you like meet. Because for me, I don't have childhood friends because we really moved sana Nikki grew up, so I never got the chance to make childhood friends. But like the friend I have had for the longest, for sure, unless because tunaongana places where we are not talking because apa tujelewana, it's fine. So but we still move on.
Yeah.
And then now there's this adult friendships that I think if they have the right foundation, because like I said, there are people who you start as friends, but then later on, this person, you decide to start a business together.
Yeah.
I mean, that for sure means now the friendship is gonna last longer. It's just that now you have this other thing attached to it. You are friends, you decide to get married. I mean, that means now you're friends for life.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends. Ni wapi. So I'd say both. But mostly adults.
Yeah.
I feel like adults, because now you're more intentional.
Yes.
Now you know what you want.
Yes.
I mean,
and you choose it. You really,
because there are those that are gonna fall off along the way, and then there are those who are gonna stick with you. Because again, even as we wrap up, there are friends who are relevant for a certain season. Alafu your season ikiisha, you're like, tusonge. And it's not because that I don't like you anymore. It's just that where I am in life right now, it doesn't make sense to have you in my life. And I think as an adult, it's inakupea tu peace when you understand that.
True.
I think for me, it's both a balance of how do I put this? But I think it's just where you put in more effort, if you ask me. Because again, if you remember, kuna some like 2 years, me na wewe, we hardly ever spoke. Like almost at all. We hardly ever spoke.
Years,
for like 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
Then after that, we just hatukukosana, life just happened. We went our separate ways. But eventually, then after that, we started being more intentional to keep that momentum, to connect. So if you ask me, it's
where the effort.
It's where the effort is.
I think there's an aspect here of physical distance. During 2 years, we were very apart. So I just, maybe I'm thinking, the closer you are physically, distance-wise, mtu mwenye unaweza ona regularly, the closer the friendship will be. Maybe food for thought. Do you know some people are really close friends, bado wakiwa far away.
Doing Zoom calls, FaceTime,
and they make
whatever.
it work. But I'm just thinking,
office 1 hour earlier.
Yes. So it works, but I'm just thinking maybe some physical face-to-face thing helps. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. For all our friends,
online
families,
friends, our online friends on Instagram
and acquaintances in my case.
Yeah.
We hope you consider us friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Digital friends wenye tu unaweza tune in on a Friday usikie wenye wanabonga.
We are friends for that purpose.
Yes.
For that season.
For the kazi yetu,
Wow.
hapo ndo, that's why we are friends. Tuelewane.
Yeah.
For that we can call each other friends, and we can always reach each other on Instagram, on social media, on a
TikTok.
Friday podcasts, on TikTok, on Spotify, YouTube, on the comment section, on Spotify kutakuwa na interaction.
That's what tulikuwa tumesahau.
Castbox. Yeah. Yeah. And your friends.
And for my friends, I think also on socials, on Instagram, Facebook. Okay, not Facebook. What? I'm so...
I know.
No, Facebook. No.
Are we on Facebook?
No, I'm on Facebook, but I'm not as active as Instagram.
Yeah.
So Instagram, X, I'm trying TikTok. I've been trying TikTok out. I'm still understanding it. But Instagram and now the podcast is everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere you get your podcasts.
Nice. Nice. Awesome. From us friends, bye.
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 Cheers.